Hello and welcome to iTradeAIMS. This is Imi. In this video we're going to look at the DAX30, what it did during the London session today, July the 15th, 2020. So let's have a look at it. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so every time there's a new video you get a notification. If you have any questions or a suggestion for a new video, please leave a comment. So what you see is the DAX chart. So as usual, I went to into the hourly chart first and had a look at it. So first of all, what I need to do is to look at the chart if the market has moved after I stopped trading. So usually around this time, maybe sometimes even before the New York Open, I would have stopped looking at the DAX because I would have hit my target and I would have traded all that. So I'll have to look at that. So around Frankfurt Open, which is 7 o'clock in the morning here, I would look at the charts. And I would see, so what I saw today was that price actually broke above the box yesterday after the session that I stopped trading. I actually had some good trades during the New York session yesterday. So as you can see, it actually moved quite a lot. It moved around another 190 points. And what we can see is that it bounced against these levels during the Asian session. So after that, it has created what we call the ABC pattern, and this is a proper PC pattern. So the PC pattern basically is the pattern created by the box. So when the box is stepping up, we call it an uptrend. If it's stepping down, it's a downtrend. But within that stepping up pattern, we allow one box to be created against the trend. So if you look at this is a stepping up pattern. As you can see, step up, and step up. There's a one step down, but this is what it is. So basically it is the series of higher highs and higher lows. So this is a higher low, this is a higher low, this is not a higher high, but this is a higher low, and this is where the gator helps us as well. So if you were to look at the price here, the box, it would tell you that actually market is probably creating a stepping down pattern, but that's where E wave or AIMS wave and the gator combination helps us to say, to stay in the trend, because this little pullback, that shouldn't make you change your perception about the trend. So the trend didn't change. It did come down. So if you look at the Frankfurt Open, this candle, it was suggesting that it might be going down from there. So if we go to the M15 chart now, this is how I would analyze in the 5 to 10 minutes before the session. I don't trade the Frankfurt Open, I wait for the London Open. So if you look at the further explanation, because we have more data on the M15, what you can see is that it created a really nice wave 3 during after the London close, and then during Asian session it stayed sideways. I have marked this level, which is the box low. Let's go to the H1 again. You can see I had marked this level because it kind of coincides. This level, it's the same as these. These levels are not very objective. They're kind of zones. You got to take them as zones. So I looked at this line, and this line actually helped me a lot later on. So let's go to the M15 chart again. And what you can see is a 3, 4, and on the M15, what you right now see is the perfect setup one. And where the blue line is, that's where you take a trade. So you would go long above here, and you would have stop loss below this or below the box low. And then it went really nicely up, and it hit the target zone, which would be something like this. So it's almost hit the target zone. I would consider that as target zone being hit. What you see right now is a seed signal. This is the hunt, AIMS, the hunt seed signal. The hunt is a mechanism of trading the setup one of the 5 times lower time frame. So if we were going to go to, let's say, a 3-minute chart, you would see a perfect setup one on this. So let me bring a 3-minute chart for you on the DAX, and I'm going to use the TradingView platform for that. This is the trade. So this is TradingView platform. I'm using TradingView because it gives me the ability to create multiple time frames, and I have coded the AIMS indicators for it. If you manage to get access to it, congratulations to you, because they're not available anymore. They will only be available to members of AIMS now. I was giving away to first 100 people, and that kind of went too fast. So now it's gone. But anyway, if you'd like to get access to our TradingView indicators, you can join us, and then we will give you lifetime access to this. So this is the AIMS wave on the TradingView platform, and like I said, so let's go to the M15 chart again. What you see here is a beautiful setup one, but over here, which you can't see now, the AIMS seed signal, seed indicator is not available on TradingView. It is available on MT4. So what we saw on the MT4, let me bring it back. So you have this seed signal here. This would create a perfect setup one on the 3-minute chart. Let's go back to the TradingView, and as you can see, that's the similar kind of price action here. Let's go to the M3 chart, the 3-minute chart, and what you see on the 3-minute is a nice clean wave 3 with a cross of zero line here. So that's your minimum requirement. That's your minimum requirement for wave 4, at least one red bar here, and the gator is sleeping. Purple is correct. Now this is a perfect setup. The way to trade this would be to basically go long above here or above that level. You will have your stop loss here. This is your bottom of wave 4, so you need to have your stop loss here because that is where you will be proven wrong, because you made an assumption that this is a wave 4. Remember, a wave is not confirmed until the next wave is confirmed. So wave 4 at the moment is potential, and it's based on what we see as wave 3. So wave 3 is confirmed if wave 4 will be confirmed later on. So if it does wave 5 and it hits target zone, then this will be a confirmed 3, 4, 5, and nothing can then dispute that on this time frame. So you'll go long here. Your target point would be 2R up there. Let's go back to the M1 chart again. So what happened today is now, so this is what happened. Let me now put another line here at 10 o'clock. So as you know, or if you don't know, we trade the DAX at the London Open on the M1 chart, and if it's moving too fast, we also have a mechanism to actually trade it on the 12-second chart. You must have seen the video. I will link in the description, which I released yesterday. That was a beautiful trade where I took 23 points at the risk of 5 or 6 point stop loss. That was all taken on S12, and I had nothing to do. I just went in and I just pressed a button on the trade manager, and it did it all itself. It's a live trade. You must watch it. So let's go to the M1 chart now. So if you look at the M1 chart, this is where London Open happened. So as you can see, this is that line that I took from the hourly chart. I am aware of this, and that line seems to be the same line as the London Open line. So if you can see this, the price actually goes up. It's not a setup. I will not touch it. It goes down. It's not a setup. I will not touch it. I was very close to taking this trade here, because what you have here is a pretty good setup. One, you have a 3 here and a 4 up. So as soon as this candle closes, you could have gone short with stop loss up there, and your 20 target point will be hit straight away. But I waited for it, and that's fantastic. Why? Because this is the hunt setup that we want. We want to identify a range. This was that bit of range. It breaks the range, as you can see, then it comes back to it, and around the range lows, it creates that seed signal. So the reason I explained the other seed signal was so that I could explain this to you later. And that's what it is. So similar way, but in this occasion, it's on M1 and it's at the beginning of something. So I like this. So the seed signal that we're seeing on the M15 chart is within a moving trend, which is already established and probably close to the target zone 1, which might reduce its probability. But here it's the London Open. Price has now recently broken down, as you can see, and then it pulled back. This is actually a higher probability signal compared to what we see right now. This created a beautiful signal. All you had to do was take a 6-point stop loss, and you could have taken 1:3. 18 is nicely there. Now I'm going to go to the 12-second chart, and I'll use TradingView for that to show you how this would have looked exactly like a setup 1 for the 5 times lower time frame. So okay, so what you see is a 1044 time, 1044. This is on MetaTrader. It's 2-hour advance, so that will be 8:44 on TradingView, because on TradingView I have my UK time. So let's go there. What you see here, this is 8:44, and what do you see? Let me just actually use this beautiful facility. That's another one. So if you go to bar replay, so what do you see here? You see a strong 3 followed by sleeping gator. Purple is correct, nicely kind of hanging up there like a cloud. And can you see the gator? Can you see that gator face? You know, you can have a eye here. So anyway, so that's the sleeping gator inside a tight box. So you have a stepping down box pattern and then a slight stepping back up. But this the 10-second Elliott wave and the setup one concept allows you to actually take this pullback as an opportunity for a breakout. So what you would do is that you would go for a short position here. So your entry will be here, your stop loss up there. Stop loss up there because that is where you'll be proven that your wave 4 has not ended and you were proven wrong. So you have your entry here and your target point would be 2 or 3R. We know that this was successful, so it's a little bit rigged, but the reason I'm showing it to you is because when people look at completed trades, the pattern looks beautiful, but it becomes a problem when you have to, as you can see, when I showed you the completed 345, it looked different, but at the time of entry, this is the pattern that you need to learn. Can you see this? This is like a hockey or a golf club. So you need to look for this pattern. So this will be your entry, and now if we just allow it to run. So by this time you have entered the trade, it's coming near these levels, you bring your stop loss, you're breaking your stop loss to break even, or you would take half off depending on your trade management, but the simple one is to just go for a 2R target. So it goes there, and let's see what happens next. So it goes further down. Around here, after this candle, you would hit the candle trail. If you don't have the candle trail, you'll manually trail it every minute. If you don't have the candle trail, if you don't have ATM or a trade manager that trails candle for you automatically, then you have to do it manually. But the best thing is to get one. My favorite is ATM by Snom for for-exe.com. ATM, Advanced Trade Manager, my favorite. So it goes further down, as you can see. Let's suppose I'm trailing candles, I'm trailing candles, trailing candles, trailing candles. This is where you would get out. So how much is that? Well, let's see. You go in there, you get out here. That is literally 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9 or 10 minutes, and you have grabbed yourself 17 points. Right. So your risk was 7. Your risk was 7 points, and you have grabbed yourself 17-point profit. That's slightly more than 2.5, around 2.5 R. So if you risk 100, you made 250 on this trade, and all it took was 2 minutes. You risked 100 or $1,000 on this trade, and you made $2,500, or for a risk of 100, you made $250 within 2 minutes. All you had to do was wait for this perfect setup, go to the M15, the S15 or S12 chart, and do it. And if you don't have the S12 chart, as you can see, you have the hunt signals here. You wait for the breakout, wait for the pullback, take the seed signal. All you have to do is take a 7 stop loss, and there you go. 17 or 18 or even 21 was possible for a 3R profit. So that's one. And when this happened, I extended this box. When price went up, I kept waiting because I already have a 2R. I took 2R on this. I just took this seed here. I had my stop loss 7, target point 14. Didn't even look at it. It just went and it did its thing. Then I was doing other things, uploading videos, editing videos, and I had my alert set based on these levels. As soon as this happened, price breaks out. Guess what happens? Can you see? Can you see this? So it breaks out, and what is it? It's the break of another range. So previously we looked at the London Open range, it broke down, we took the trade over here, then it created a longer range, went sideways and sideways and sideways. I don't trade inside the sideways market, I wait for it to break out. As soon as it breaks out, it goes sideways, and guess what you see? You see a seed and a cherry. So a seed and a cherry is our mechanism of not using the S12 or S15 charts. You don't need to use them, because if you have the seed and the hunt signals, you just wait for the signal, hit the button. If you have ATM, you will take a risk of 7, and it went up. This trade, however, goes up, hits 14. If your target was higher, then you would have exited at break even. But then you could have gone in here, gone long here, gone long here, and gone long here. So I'm going to show you the S12 charts now from this point onwards. 1310. There's a break on that again. 1310, as you can see, that was that first trade that I showed you just a moment ago. where it goes up and comes down. So on the S12, you grab yourself 4 points. Otherwise, it was a break even. Then you go long here, probably a break even. And then you go long again here. If you took this long and trail candles, you actually exit it over here. So that's your 34 points at the risk of just 5 or 6. Then after that, there's another setup one, as you can see here. So you won't go long here because the level to the left is closed. But if you did, it would be a quick rent and then you'll get back here. And if you did get back, which I did, so I trailed the box. Somebody asked a question how I trail candles. So once you hit the trail candle, you don't come out of it. You will just be stopped out. But if you trail the box, which is a slower mechanism, so here I went long here, started trailing the box, but when market went too fast, quickly like this, creating an angle with this gator, and it did move quite a lot as well, I actually hit trail candle and I got out here. So this was a 35 points trade at the risk of 3, another 1:3 trade. I didn't take this one, but I was looking at it and I took another quick scalp here. I wanted the price to clear those levels because this was a pullback on the M1 chart. I'll show you on the M1 where it was. It's in this region. I know it's a ABC, so I wanted to go for the C wave on the lower time frame. So I took this and then I trail candle and I got another scalp of 6 or 7 points. So that's how it's done. It's really simple. What makes it hard is this thing, either this thing or this thing together, emotions and psyche. So once you have a little losing trade, people really get upset. They are nervous, they're angry, they have all different kind of emotions, and those emotions get in the way. The easiest way to actually get rid of those emotions is to have a smaller account, trade with discipline. We have in our, for AIMS members at least, if you're a member of AIMS, you will have access to the T20 principle method and some trading psychology that are inbuilt into the system. It's not like there's a separate section where you just, go through the videos of voodoo and all that. Go through those videos and you would feel great. No, we have incorporated that into it. So it's part of your trading plan. It's 3 things together: the trading strategy, trading software, the trading management plan, and then the trading psychology goes into it, because if you apply the T20 principle, you're dealing with the trading psychology automatically. So to avoid, I'm not asking you to avoid fears. You should be scared of losing. You should fear those things because that's part of our, the way we are built. But you need to learn to minimize the effect of it. So you face your fear and you face your stress, and within that you continue doing that. The only way to do that is to start with a demo account, apply the T20 principle, let it grow your account, then put a little bit of money in the account and then see how it goes. If you're allowed to let it grow and your emotions are in control, you add more money to it. If not, you go back to demo. So it's like stepping up. Don't go from demo to 50K account straight away. So that's how it did. And now we are into US session now. I'll see if there's another range and a breakout like I explained in the video. I will trade it again one or two more times. So this has been the London report for the 15th of July. If you like this video, please hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and also hit the bell icon so when there's a new video, you will get notified. I do have a mailing list. I do let people know that there's a new video. So if you'd like to join the mailing list, the link is in the description. Also, download the 10-second Elliott Wave ebook, which you are going to love, because that's, if you like this channel, if you like this analysis, then you need to have access to the 10-second Elliott Wave ebook, which is free. So